Welcome back to the AoT Chronicles, an Attack on Titan podcast. I'm your host, Chazzy Chad.
Hi everyone, my name's Ronny.
And, wow, we got a banger for you today.
I mean, what a set of episodes we've got here on this weekend of November 22nd recording time, later for when you're listening to it, but you know we like to be upfront and honest, and it's November 22nd in our time.
Yeah, and you know what we got? 15 days
Wow, Matt.
until
Check it out.
Season 4 AoT
We're just,
Chronicles.
We're still going hard on the podcast, so I don't know if it's quite sunk in yet.
2 weeks from tomorrow.
Really want to express
days.
our appreciation for all the new listeners that seem to be kind of making their way inside our lovely little home here right before Season 4 starts. We hope it keeps growing. Tell your friends and contact us at thepodcastchronicles@gmail.com. Yes, Chad always likes to specify tell your parents, because we know if you're a parent and you're listening to the Podcast Chronicles, which means that you're watching anime, write in, let us know. We think that's super cool.
Yeah, we might even give you a little reward.
But with that being said, Chad, you're not rocking the cold brew. You're rocking a variant, one of the 437 variants they have of Monster Energy drink. It looks like
it's Monster 300 Java Monster Triple Shot French Vanilla.
Why did you just say Java?
Or is it Java? How do you say it?
I believe it's Java.
Okay, well, in some languages the J is silent. That's why we're Japanese. I think do they even have the letter J in Japanese?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Well,
they just don't do J's. It's weird.
I'm in the podcast zone. That's why I didn't pronounce it.
All right, fair enough.
By the way, the scumbags at Starbucks, I go to get my normal cold brew before the recording session.
Right.
And the SBs, the scumbags, are closed.
Why?
I don't know.
Why are they closed?
Probably Corey V.
Was it that bitch Corey V?
Corey V.
The Starbucks chain by the balls closing them down?
I think they just need to tighten up and sell some coffee. That's what I think.
Yeah, because if they don't, there's 70 people running around at 2 o'clock on a Sunday losing their damn minds because they don't have their heroin needle at the ready.
Luckily, I stopped by the G station on the way home, picked this bad boy up.
Well, definitely don't call it a G station. That's the first thing. I mean, don't do that.
What? Okay.
It's just, it makes it sound like a real big douchebag because no one calls him a G station.
Well, since it's turning into a roast Chad session, let's go ahead and get into this episode. Season 3, episode 17, Hero.
I can be a hero, baby.
Or episode 54. This is the episode according to people. People are saying that this is the episode.
What an inside joke there. For everyone that doesn't know, listen, you probably get a good idea of it on the podcast. Chad is a terrible person. And he does this thing where he does bare minimum research. He sees one person say something, and then he tries to tell me, but luckily I can see straight through it, but he'll tell other people, and then people believe him because they don't know what kind of a scumbag he is. They say, oh yeah, people are saying that. When really he saw one person on Twitter say it, and all of a sudden that's just what everyone's saying.
I've seen at least 2 or 3 people on Twitter say that this is the episode. So, am I wrong by saying people are saying?
I mean, just, you know what you're doing, and I don't like it.
All right, well, IMDb...
In your defense, listen, this is an episode, and it might be the episode.
IMDb has this rated top 5 episode of all time, up there with Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones episodes. So this is one of the episodes. I think I have the right to say that.
I mean, the anime fans ride hard for their anime stuff. You can't go look at a single anime and it not be rated like 5.0. Where I watch them, they do a list of 5, and every single one's like 4.8 and above. There's never one where you're like, oh, well, this one's a 4.2. It's
I believe this one, Perfect Game, and Midnight Sun are all up there. No other anime, by the way, is even close to being up there. So I take that very kind-hearted. saying that this show is definitely more than just an anime community show.
Yeah, I know how much. Well, yeah, I mean, Attack on Titan is definitely an outlier, but
I feel like I honestly think it's like the only outlier. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's others that non-anime fans watch, but
it seems like you've been going real hard on the IMDb webpage. So I'm gonna back off and just let your knowledge shine here.
Well, hey, Ronnie, people are saying, let's just get right into this.
People are saying, hey, why the fuck don't these guys start the podcast?
Yeah, they're here to listen to this banger of an episode titled Hero. I wonder what that can mean. And then we're just talking about nonsense.
We've been talking about your French vanilla monster for the first 6 minutes.
We'll get into this. Very beginning, we get a little replay snippet of the GOAT. Okay, he's just still going through his little speech. It's at the end of it. And it shows The Rock hitting him straight in the gut. And the look on his face, like a man that's just about to reach his destiny of truth, crumble away and his horse flip over him. And then we have Marlowe, a good appearance here, man. Marlowe, though, he takes control and yells, Suzume! And leads everyone into the rocks. And then we go straight into the opening.
Yeah.
What a way to open up the episode.
Yeah.
I love seeing Marlowe here, though, take the lead. We know Marlowe's a good guy. He wants to get rid of corruption. We've seen him since season 1. You know, just kind of a side character he's going to step up, and I really think he's going to do something great right here.
Yeah, I think he's really going to make a play, probably, maybe not.
So we get an inside look at the Beast Titan, and he looks bored as hell right here.
Yeah, he's looking sleepy.
He talks about how they never learn from the mistakes of history, and that it's a damn shame that Rice stole their memories of the world. In the end, they'll send everyone, including the elderly and children, on a suicide charge, saying if they are going to die, it may as well be proud. And then he says it's bullshit and crushes up a rock on accident.
A little angry boy.
Yeah, this guy's got some issues, it seems like.
Yeah.
And he then says, calm down and have some fun. You aren't anything like your father.
Yeah,
so
he crumbled this thing to dust.
So we got some interesting dialogue right there, saying he's nothing like his father and saying to have fun with killing people, I guess.
I mean, it's all you can really do is you just want to try and have fun.
So then we go back to Marlowe. He's leading the charge. He's right in front. And the Beast Titan starts firing up the next pitch. And this time it's a nice good old Peter Moylan sidearm throw.
What? No one knows what you're talking about.
And we go into Marlowe, and he's thinking of Hitch.
I just don't think that many people have a widespread knowledge of relief pitchers for the Atlanta Braves from 8 years ago, but go for it.
And Marlowe's thinking of Hitch and asking what she's doing right now. And then he goes, she's probably sleeping. And then his face gets all big and says, that would be nice right now. And then he just takes a boulder straight to the eye socket.
Didn't duck nor dive, and that really put him at a disadvantage.
Which
just kind of stared down the bullet.
Which we're in slow-mo. To be able to duck or dive this 400-mile-an-hour giant boulder coming at you is probably a little tougher than we think.
It was coming in hot, but I think he kind of froze too. Like,
just crazy, man. Marlowe, R.I.P. Let's give a little 5-second pause for him.
Not a 5 seconds. We get 10 seconds for a moment of silence for Mr. Bullcut. Here we go. What the fuck was that Peter Moylan reference?
Oh.
No one knows who you're...
Yeah, he used to wear glasses. Sidearm guy.
Stupid fucking reference. You're doing a terrible job so far. All right, so that's the end of the 10-second moment of silence. Rip Marlowe.
Rip Marlowe, great guy. I can't believe that happened. That honestly made me shed a little tear. And then we got the Beast Titan cheering after he does that. And he asks them if they like how he threw a different pitch that time. So this guy's having fun.
What was he, throwing two seamers? And he went, all right, I'm going to switch it up, give him the old four seam, not going to move as much. Just
man.
Straight gas.
Which it's crazy that this guy is referencing baseball, first off. That's one of the things when I first watched it, I didn't think much of it. I thought it was a little comedy relief. But then I'm like, wait a minute, how does this guy know baseball?
Oh, Japanese love baseball.
They love it.
And then he says also something, speaking of baseball, he mentions a shutout. And I'm just going to be that guy. That's different than a perfect game. So if he's just throwing
Yeah.
a shutout, which as we'll see later, he did not throw a perfect game.
He did not, because we hear a few more screams.
But I will give him a shutout.
And 5 guys come charging in, about 4 or 5 random rookie scouts. We have no idea who they are, which I thought that was awesome, that we see a random dude leading the charge.
Yeah.
It just shows Irwin's how he got even like the lowest of the lows to do this for him. He could get anybody to fucking sacrifice themselves.
Of course.
Irwin's the GOAT.
Heck, we weren't even in the show, and we were sacrificing ourselves to...
I would give my heart for Irwin. I would Shinzo Sasageo. I would do anything for that man. I would even maybe sleep with him. And then the Beast Titan throws massive boulders again, and he's pissed off now. And he says, I told you those smoke shots aren't going to do shit. And then he just blows them up, kills the rest of them, and he just says, you poor things.
Zeke's beard is next level.
It is.
It's an incredible beard, by far best in the show. I can't even think who else even, like Zachary, I guess, has a beard, but...
It's more of like a old Santa Claus beard.
Yeah,
like,
it's not, I mean, it's
not
Zeke's is just full and just
perfect.
luxurious. It makes me jealous.
It reminds me of like some of my friends in 8th grade when they could grow full beards, perfect beards, and I didn't even have down low hair yet.
What was up with those guys?
I don't know, man. I was such a late bloomer.
Puberty. Hell of a... Hey, you'll get there someday. It's coming any day now.
I'm not 25 yet, so the brain fully develops at 25. I've still got a year left.
Yep. It's coming.
So the Beast Titan then looks over and says...
I'm hitting my second growth spurt any day now, I really think.
If you hit 5'1", I mean, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping for.
So the Beast Titan asks...
Searching for that elusive 5.
Yeah, maybe you'll get close to your dad's height, who's 6'3", and you're 4'11". What a shame.
Are you trying to say that my dad's not my dad? Because you wouldn't be the first, and I don't have good proof that you might be wrong, but he swears. So anyway, we're getting off track. Go ahead, talk about Zeke's beard.
So Zeke and his luscious beard and his ugly Titan hair says, my Titans have fallen, as he looks over to see all of them laying down on their face. They just got messed up, okay? And then he looks up, and we've got Levi.
Just the old dehumidifier. Whoa. Whoa! Jeez.
We've got a bloody-faced Levi, angry as hell, coming in. Beautiful scene right here. I jumped out of my chair when I just saw Levi up in the sky coming through the smoke. Then we have that awesome shot of Zeke yelling in his inside the Titan, going outside of the Titan, and reaching his arm up, and then Levi doing the Beyblade 3000 spin-a-rooney around his left arm like it's nothing.
Don't even know what to say about Levi in this scene. He is just full of more rage than even usual.
God mode right here.
And he's so good at making you think he's going for one thing just to do another. I'm like, oh, he's going for this, and then he does a quick dip and dive, and then he's cutting ankles, or... he's trying to block his nape, and then he does a little switcheroo and then slices his eyes.
And then as soon as he realizes that his eyes are gone, Levi's already at his Achilles.
Yeah.
He chomps one Achilles, gets the other one, falls down. It's like he couldn't catch up with this guy whatsoever. And I love the flashback scene where Reiner still calls Levi Captain Levi and says he's dangerous to him. Just so much respect for that guy. And then Zeke tries to harden up.
And it's cool because Reiner and Bert, obviously they've seen Zeke in action, and they know how impressive he is, and they're still like, listen, we know you're good, but you got to watch out for this Levi guy because we've seen him in action as well, and he is no joke. And Zeke can't even comprehend it. He's like, seriously? I've got to actually like look out for someone?
Like, I've got to look out for a human. He's like, not even a Titan, a human. They're like, yeah, he fucked Annie up, and she's way more talented than we are. But then Zeke tries to harden up. Levi comes down, what do you even call this right here? Where he just he butchers his nape like it's just
not a clean cut whatsoever. There's chunks of meat everywhere at the end of this, and then just finds a way to stick his hand in and just pull him out.
As he already cut off his arms and his legs, and then as Zeke's yelling, shoving the sword down his mouth.
Sword in the mouth!
Awesome.
Owie. Am I right? Owie?
Owie.
And what were you... Oh, my Lord. Just the most obnoxious page turn you've ever heard. What were you saying about how they censored part of this?
Okay, so it's coming up.
Okay.
It's coming up in 10 seconds. You can wait,
All
buddy.
right.
So...
Seems like you could have just talked about it instead of getting so off track here, but go ahead.
So Levi starts thinking. He's got a sword in his mouth, and he's thinking to himself, I can't kill this guy yet. But then he shoves the sword through his mouth out of his eye socket. It doesn't show this, but people are saying that in the manga...
Okay, 2 things people are saying, and 2, it seems like when I brought it up, it was that exact moment that I should have talked about it, but... Well, no, you're doing great. Good
but he
notes.
does. He sticks the sword through his eye socket from inside his mouth. And I have seen the panels of the manga, and it looks fucking awesome. And I'm a little upset the anime didn't do it. They kind of went away from it. It showed him start to do it, but still, I love him saying, "Why aren't you answering me? Where's your manners?" or whatever. That's just fucking hilarious because he's got a sword in his mouth. How's he supposed to answer you, Levi? Come on, buddy. But then he's thinking about using the syringe so they can steal the power of the Beast Titan. And I remember when I first watched this, I got so excited. I was like, you know what? Erwin, he's living. Erwin is so living. I was like, they're going to give it to Erwin. He's going to be the Beast Titan. This show rocks. And then 5 seconds later.
So it's interesting. I never got the impression that Levi ever thought about giving this to himself for a second. I
don't think he did.
Which I would say is almost kind of a flaw in Levi. I understand him wanting to try and save someone, but after what he just watched, I don't know. It's just because, spoiler alert, this guy gets away, but keep going and I'll get to it here in a second.
Also, Levi is 100% being emotional right here, thinking of giving it to Erwin.
Right.
So like you said, that is his flaw, him doing that. But as soon as he does that, we hear some rumbling, and the freaking crocodilian man, whatever this thing is,
this ugly guy,
snatches Zeke up in what to me is like one of the most epic scenes in all of Attack on Titan, because he starts running away with Zeke. First of all, this thing's fast as hell. Levi has no chance to catch up to this thing.
Yeah, I hate it. This is one of those things, as soon as like there wasn't like a quick finish off by Levi, and he started thinking, I'm like, okay, how is this going to happen? I know this is coming. What's going to happen? I just didn't know it was going to be the crocodilian. It sucks because at first I'm just going crazy screaming like, kill him. But Levi, he is right to wait because there is this whole Titan thing. So I just wish that there had been a better plan once he got to this point. But to be fair, I don't exactly know what that plan would be. But it was just like they knew Erwin and Levi got caught up in the moment, and they're like, you're just taking out the Beast Titan. Yeah. Even though a couple episodes ago they did this whole thing where like, here's the injection, if you have the opportunity, do this. Then it's just like he got him in his hands and he just didn't know what to do with it.
It's almost like they didn't even expect Levi to win. They're like, you know what, we're not even thinking that far ahead. He's probably not even going to win.
It was just the idea of killing the Beast Titan was nice, but yeah, you're right.
And as he's running away, Zeke coughs up and says, kill that man. And this to me was an epic scene.
Yeah. Well, except on this epic scene, I'm calling bullshit that this guy's going to be able to talk right after he just took a sword deeper than any dick Chaz has ever had in his mouth. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that.
You shitting me right now? You actually brought that up on this podcast.
I'm so sorry. I just got caught up in the moment. I felt like
Okay, first off... Ronnie.
Well, you just keep going. I'm sorry.
First off, Ronnie.
Yeah.
The sword did go in his mouth.
Right.
No homo. But it went through his eyelid. It went through his eye, through the palate of his mouth. Okay?
Okay.
He can regen. I'm sure he did a little smoky thingy in his mouth to be able to yell and talk. He didn't get his tongue cut off. I don't know if you know anything about speech or human... God, I freaking hate you, dude. I can't believe you said that. You just ruined this pod.
I mean, it's just like, heck, you get your mouth numbed from getting your wisdom teeth out. You can barely talk and you can't drink. Have you ever tried getting water when your mouth is numb? Just falls right out your bottom lip. But this guy had a sword in his mouth and he's still just like, kill him.
He is a Titan.
I'm just not buying it. Yeah, it was like
he's not
10 seconds later.
He's not a weak bitch like you who got their wisdom teeth out and stayed out of school for 4 months. Wow.
Just, I couldn't open my mouth very good. It's really hard.
But I thought this scene, as epic as it is, I wish his eye was out of his face and he was yelling, because I love him, how he's yelling, "You got me good, Levi." And he's saying, "But victory is ours." I just thought that was so epic, dude. The music playing, and then Levi. It seems like Levi's about to get killed.
Yeah.
And
did
you think Levi was going to die right here? What did you think?
No. No, because especially since like he didn't say anything about how he was almost out of gas, and that would have been like the only way that. I mean, Levi.
Because he just said your weapons are used up or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
people have said Mikasa's like 100 soldiers, and if that's the case, what is Levi like?
And Levi yells, "I promised," and it's just so sad. God, this is so depressing seeing this, because that was his last promise to Erwin, man, and he can't fulfill it. And then we got good old Flocky boy.
I will say one of the Titans that came after Levi once they sent him on is the Titan of the week. And stay with
the girl one.
Well, stay with me here. It looks like a man in the chest, a woman in the face and head. She's got great wide birthing hips and is running with their hands in the air like they just don't care.
Yes. That's my favorite. The scene is so serious, and then you just see that Titan doing that. It's so funny.
Come on! But then I should also mention there's another Titan that, in my opinion, the one in the middle, looks a lot like Eren, especially young Eren. Did you realize that?
Wow.
Yeah.
And actually, I didn't want to get too nerdy here, because I know you'd make fun of me. But that Titan that you're talking about is
the one with the birthing hips, or the one that looks like Eren?
The one that looks like Eren?
Yeah.
Is Eren's voice actor. Isayama he made that Titan after the actual voice actor of Eren.
So, I mean, like,
which is pretty cool.
Hard did I fucking...
You nailed it, dude.
God,
you fucking nailed it, and you don't even know.
Dude. This podcast is next level.
I think that's right. I could be wrong.
Like and subscribe. Comment. Wow, Ronnie is on one.
Ronnie's on. Did you take some coffee before you got here?
I might have shut down the Starbucks.
God, last time we were here, you sounded like a sleepy bitch.
I might have pulled up and said, "Hey, yo, Starbucks, close this thing down. Ronnie's here."
So then we got Flock still alive, and he's just looking around. Everyone's dead. What a coward. Back to the other side. Jean is panicking because Reiner and Bert are still around. And the fact that Reiner is still alive is just crazy. But he tells Armin that Eren escaping might be the best they can do at this point, because they are just fucked.
Have they showed Reiner yet? Because I had some comments.
They have not showed Reiner yet. They just show his walking Titan.
I don't want to get ahead of myself.
Yeah, don't. Not like you always do. Just calm the fuck down.
I'm consistently worried that your notes aren't going to cue my notes good enough, so I just always have to double check.
Yeah, I mean, your notes are pretty good, dude, considering you copy and paste them from AoT Wiki. Wow.
Oh, just wait until next episode. My notes are going to be so beautiful. People are going to be like, wow, cannot believe Chaz tries to accuse Ronnie of copying notes, because that is the most beautiful poetry I've ever heard a recap written as.
So Armin mentions that Bert is skinnier now. And Bert is almost as skinny as me in this part right here.
Well, not quite.
He's close. And I'm about the same height. I'm like 6'9". We measured me the other day. 6'10", 140.
Yeah.
But yeah, Colossal Titan is weak in a battle of attrition. And Armin's mentioning that, saying that Hanji said this, and he thinks he has a plan now. And he says his steam must be consuming everything but his skeleton. And Armin's doing a good old beep, bop, beep, beep, bop, 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 bop.
Boop, 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 beep.
So he's finally... Scared Armin is finally turning himself around right here.
Just the loudest notebook flip.
I mean, you're not going to agree with me?
No, he is. He's starting to try and figure... Because, like, I mean... Whoa. Oh, my God.
Okay, what?
Well, that's got to be left because do you want to tell the people you stopped vaping?
Oh, this is big. We'll hurry up and say this and get back to the epi, but yeah, I stopped vaping.
I almost said something last week, but I didn't want to kill the vibe.
I'm officially done with vaping, guys. I'm approximately 8 days off.
8 days sober.
8 days sober off the vape.
Off the guava ice.
Yep. I don't think I'm ever going to return. So.
It's been great for me. We'll see. I don't know if I believe that he won't ever return. He really likes to lie, but yeah, it's been nice seeing you again because I mean, for the past 2 months, it's been real hard to try and look into your eyes with the thick cloud of vape smoke that's constantly in my face.
I miss it, man. There's some days where I just wish I could just drive to the G station, pick me up a good old guava, and vape away.
That is how nicotine addiction works, from what I hear. So
it's all right though. I got my coffee that's already emptied, and it's a triple shot.
And
dude. It's kind of annoying.
I mean, don't crunch the can because that's just really annoying.
Okay.
You're just so loud. You think you'd be better at podcasting at this point.
So Armin has a plan. He tells Jean and them to lead Reiner away, and him and Aaron will take on the Colossal Titan themselves. Wow, this moment right here, dude. Armin, I have a feeling Armin's gonna just bite his hand, transform, and take on this thing right here. Is that what you had in mind?
Well, I don't think Armin's going to do that because Armin's not a Titan, silly goose.
Well, that's what I thought the first time watching.
Yeah, well, you're a silly goose because that's not what's going to happen.
Okay, well, he's confident now.
Wow, we get it. You have money. You got to check your smartwatch and then check your phone right next to you, even though they're giving you the same alert.
It's a Garmin.
Guess what? They say the same thing. Please keep going. Jeez.
Jean, you took long enough, bro, is what Jean says out loud. Don't know why I wrote it like that in my notes, but that's how I wrote it. And then he's like, yeah, I thought we were all dead. Took you long enough, you dummy. And then we got the inspirational, beautiful soundtrack playing in the back. This is what Attack on Titan does best. Beautiful music. I know you hate music, Ronnie, but this is beautiful music here. It just really gets me in my feels.
Just not true. I just like it in the context of a show. I'm not like you, and I'm not saying anything against people who are like this. I just find it challenging to just listen to TV score / music / OSTs for 5 hours straight while I'm working a 9-to-5 job. But
yeah, I think you find a lot of things challenging because you're so stupid. But we get Aaron flashing back, saying that when he thinks of freedom, strength flows through him. I love this right here. It's showing the difference in opinions on how Aaron and Armin can find strength within oneself. And Aaron's has always been freedom, dude. It's always been freedom. What do you think about that? Have you always thought that, or did you think Aaron's was just vengeance?
I think that it was a mix, and he's lying to himself if he says it wasn't a mix.
Okay, well, I think it's mostly freedom. The birds in a cage.
I think
from the first
Armin
episode.
is all freedom.
You think? I think Armin is. You think Armin's all freedom? I think Aaron is.
Armin's the one that's consistently like keeping Aaron on the eye of the prize as far as like, no, we're going to see the sea and all that stuff. Where Aaron's just consistently like, I'm killing all the Titans, and Armin's like, we're gonna get out there one day. Me and you, we're gonna see the sea. And
but see, this is how I think. I think Aaron's wanting to fight them all off so they can finally be free. Armin's more so he wants to be free, but I think he cares more about just seeing the sea than he does about being free. I guess you consider that being free too, but
yeah, I think Armin is just very. He's smarter than you, and so he knows in his mind that if he's just like chilling out, no care in the world, checking out the sea, then that means they're living in a safe world.
I think he wants to see the sea, and then he's instantly going to off himself right after it. That's my prediction for the upcoming episode.
There's been quite a few moments when Aaron goes just headstrong into danger, where I would say I don't know if he's thinking about being free, because I think he's just trying to fuck shit up.
All right, well, I guess season 4.
Let us know what you think in
season
the
4.
AoT
Let us
Chronicles. Or the podcastchronicles at gmail.com. Let us know.
So Armin says if this plan succeeds, I won't be able to see the sea. And then Chaz's quote of the day comes up right here. Woo!
Hate that.
For some reason, when I think of the outside world, strength flows through me. Beautiful. It's just beautiful by Armin.
So your quote of the day was the quote that you've already said in your summary?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh.
I didn't say the exact quote for quote. I said, this is what Aaron thinks, this is what Armin thinks. Oh, by the way, here's the exact quote.
Oh, we got you on tape, buddy.
Okay,
Busted.
I would love to hear an edit of where I didn't say the quote properly.
All right. I'll insert it now.
Yeah, I think you find a lot of things challenging because you're so stupid. But we get Aaron flashing back saying that when he thinks of freedom, strength flows through him. I love this right here. He stabs Aaron and says, "Wake the fuck up. Let's go see the sea." And then we go to the calling card, and it says the outside world, and it says the same spill about the outside world that we've heard before, so I'm not going to say it. Then the beautiful OST starts playing. It's showing everyone, including Hitch. You know, it's Historia, Hitch. I guess that's what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
What they got going on compared
And it's sad seeing Hitch because it looks like she's worrying about Marlo, and Marlo thought that she was asleep this whole time.
Right.
And she's awake.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that got me good right there. Hitch is so beautiful.
She is pretty.
Too bad she sleeps around a lot.
Whoa.
So Armin tells Aaron as long as they can trick Bertolt, we will win. And then we go back to Reiner. And Jean leads them, and they try to fly kind of near Reiner and lead him away from the pack. And Reiner's not buying it. He just keeps on running.
It's not being fooled. Page turn. Was that a double page turn? What just happened there?
That was a single.
Okay. It looked like you flipped a page twice.
So Mikasa says, no, fuck this. Runs after him. Okay, this is one of the coolest scenes I've seen in the show. I don't even know if you caught this. When Mikasa starts to fly away after him, when he just runs by him, she grapples and misses Jean's face by half an inch. Did you see this?
I did not notice it, no.
You'll have to rewatch it because it's awesome, because Jean's even whoa, because the grapple goes right by his face.
Yeah.
It's awesome. She almost kills him. How funny would that be if that happened?
Good work on your part. Very detailed. Good work.
Well, this is my 5th time seeing that. 15th time, sorry. That's how I caught it. But she thunder spears him right in the back of the leg and knocks him down. And Reiner, we go inside of Reiner, his Titan, and he's still regenerating and has absolutely no clue what's going on.
He transformed from a skeleton to a pink-red version of handsome Squidward.
Yep. He's handsome Squidward now, and he's like, listen, I don't know what's going on. The last thing I remember is Bert telling me to lay down on my back. Other than that, no idea where the fuck I am right now.
Just stumbling through life.
So then we go back to Bert, and he's saying, it's strange how only Aaron and a few from the 104th survived. And then he asks Armin what he will leave behind in his final moments. Because we got Armin and Aaron just staring at Bert right now on top of the wall. Which it is... Well, I guess all of Hanji's group was made up of moblet veterans and stuff. Mm-hmm. They were right under the blast. If Hanji's dead, I'm quitting. I'm just going to go ahead and say this. I'm quitting the show. I'm not watching the rest.
We haven't seen her, so... if I'm just back next episode all by myself.
And luckily, we get Sasha and Connie and Jean, all of them, they're just lucky that they were a part of Aaron's group and that Bert is not trying to kill Aaron, because if they were any other people, they would be dead too.
Yeah.
So Hanji better not be dead or I'm done with this stupid show. So then we got Armin telling Aaron this plan depends on how long he can hold out.
Which confuses Aaron. He's like, what?
He's like, what? And then he's like, if I can't die until I see the sea, until we both see the sea, Aaron, I'll call it quits before it gets out of hand. So it'll be up to you because I'm not a hero. And then this is just not a good sign for Armin right here.
Yeah, but we don't know what
we don't know.
Is, but it's not sounding good.
Yeah, from what he said before Aaron was awake too, I remember thinking, "Oh no, this isn't good."
It's not sounding good, but he's also playing it like it might get bad, but I'm not going to let it get too bad because I've got to live to see the sea. So hopefully you make a play.
And then he says, "Have I ever lied to you?" He's like, "Stick to the plan no matter what." When he says, "Have I ever lied to you?" the look in Aaron's eyes is kind of like, wait a minute.
It's like thinking back. He's like, wait, have you ever lied to me? I feel like we could go find a lie that Armin's told. And
then Aaron slips. And everyone's like, what the fuck? Bert and Armin are like, are you shitting me? And then Bert's like, yeah. He's like, Armin, I can't believe y'all tried this. I knew this was over. And then he says, you fought well. And Armin, he goes to swing at him, and Armin dodges it in a badass way. It's cool seeing Armin in action because we never really see him in action.
Yeah, he's agile. He's limber. He's a pretty good ODMer, I think.
Yeah, he can ODM. We've never seen him use the swords. Right. I don't know if he can actually use the swords, but he can at least ODM away.
He's got some good form.
And he starts riding up to Bert's face, and he uses the steam. So then we go to back to Jean, and he goes in for a distraction on Reiner. Sasha and Connie come in from the sides, and they're trying to throw the spear at his jaw to open it up. And that's when Reiner slings some of a roof and drills Sasha, so she misses her shot. And then Connie throws his and hits him in the jaw, but obviously it ain't open because they only got one side. But Sasha looks like she got fucked up here.
Yeah, that looked owie.
Yeah, very owie. Can't believe you still say that at the age of 24, but yes, still.
What do you call it? It just looks owie. I don't know.
So Mikasa is all butthurt because the jaw ain't open. She looks very worried. And then we go back to Armin and Bert. And Armin is attached. He's got his grapple attached to Bert's tooth, right?
Yep.
So
into some enamel.
Yep. He did his beat bop, and realized that he was consuming his muscles, so he just attached onto his tooth so he could stay there. So Bert's thinking, he's like, why the hell can't I blow this guy away? No homo.
Right.
And I don't think he says no homo, but I said that.
Yeah, I didn't catch that part either in the subtitles.
And yeah, so Armin's just thinking to himself. He's
happy that it worked because
he's like,
he didn't know for sure, but he just knew based off what he had observed that if he got onto the tooth, he wouldn't be able to be knocked off by the steam.
And then we get a little inside look of Bert, and he's saying, everyone else is still fighting Reiner. Aaron's still on the ground. He can see Aaron through the smoke on the ground.
Right.
He's like, wow, this is just a last desperate attempt. Yeah. And he's like, I'll make it quick. And he turns up the steam just to kill Armin quickly. So is he feeling bad? Do you think Bert feels bad right here? He genuinely feels bad?
I think...
And he's like, I'll make it quick for you.
I do think Bert feels bad for these guys in a way. I think he just is... I don't think he's as confused as Reiner is, so he always is kind of aware. Like, he might be a coward most of the time, but I think he's more aware than Reiner is of what he's doing. But I think he's more scared of the other people, and I do think that he's been brainwashed, or maybe not brainwashed. We don't know which side is right to fight for whatever side he's on.
Okay.
Because, he's known Armin for 5 years. He knows Armin's not a bad guy, day to day. He might think he's fighting for the wrong side, but
then he's like, oh, I remember that comment you made about Annie, so fuck this guy.
yeah, he's like, I remember you trying to hit me with that low blow, so...
And then he turns up the heat, and Armin is just fucking scorched. Just blacked out. His no skin on his body. Hardly any skin. Just hanging on. And he's... Oh, dude,
and it lasts like 45 seconds longer than you think it's going to.
Oh, yeah, dude.
You keep thinking like, oh, that's it. And then you just get Armin like struggling and all these thoughts. At one point you feel like he's actually talking, like trying to get him through it. And then it kind of almost to me feels like it transforms into just him thinking inside his head and him just trying to grasp on, and
saying
they do a really good job of being like, okay, I'm letting go. I'm like, no, I can't let go. I'm like, this is it.
Yep. And then he starts thinking, he's like, Aaron's got to see the sea for me, and he's leaving everything. He's entrusting everything to Aaron. And this scene, man, made me tear up so hard the first time. I'm a sucker when it comes to TV shows. I've told you this. I cry at a lot. I don't know if I've told the pod this, but I'll be a man today and say it.
It sucks that it comes out on Mondays because it's going to be hard. When there's a super intense episode, we might have to work it around to where we can watch together. But I want to experience Chad tearing up, dude, because it's going to happen in season 4. And we're like, we're going to do a rewatch together so we can get our notes, but it's going to be hard doing that first Monday night viewing. But we might have to make something happen at some point.
When he's getting burned right here and he falls and he tells Aaron to see the sea for him, I started tearing up, but I was like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe he'll make it through this. Which, if you saw the last 10 seconds.
You were just holding on to that hope.
I was holding on.
It's all right. He can take some.
But then the best part of the episode happens because we go back to the Reiner fight.
He can drink some coconut water. He'll be fine.
Hanji comes flying up.
What?
My girl Hanji hits him right on the other side of the jaw and says, Mikasa now. And she comes flying in.
Chance because they got one left.
One left, and Mikasa flies in with his jaw open and tells him to come out.
Bold move, seems like. Don't know if that was the. She had to hit the shot, but
luckily Reiner is so fucked up right now he can't.
I guess Hanji did blow the jaw, so even if he wanted to close his mouth, he couldn't. So I guess that's kind of why she felt good doing it.
But he could move his arms. Well, I guess he did. She kind of flew past it, but. He's so fucked up right now. He doesn't have much strength anyways. And then she just fucking missiles him out. But Hanji's alive, man. I don't have to quit this show. Let's go.
All right. Great.
And then Reiner
definitely didn't have 5 other co-hosts lined up to take your position. So happy you could stick around.
I'm just going to act like you didn't even say that.
So what did Reiner do?
Reiner's just been getting fucked up, dude. He's been getting so fucked. It started off with a sword in the neck, and now it's taking a missile to the chest. Like, this guy has been getting fucked.
This guy is, like, transferring his consciousness all around his body so much that he just doesn't even know what his consciousness is anymore. He doesn't know where it is. He's like, wait, is it in my big toe? Is it in my dick? I don't know where I put it this time.
If his conscience wasn't fucked up enough, it is now, it's gone. He doesn't even have it
I like
anymore.
to imagine every time he moves it around like this, he just gets a little bit more confused.
And then we go back to Bert in an awesome shot. This is a sick shot where it shows all the smoke, and it's like a sky shot of him, and he shows how skinny he is and like the aftermath of everything. And he's just like, now it's time for the horses. Now he's going to kill the horses, and, it's over. And he looks down and sees a hardened Aaron. And he's like, Nani? And then Aaron flies up, yells, gotcha!
Which, don't do that. Don't do that.
Aaron's so stubborn, dude, to say something like that. And then just pulls his ass out of there.
Okay, and this is hilarious. You have to think about how the sizes did not match when Aaron was in his 15-meter Titan form and hugged Bert's big toe, and then compared to how big Aaron looks compared to the Colossal's head and slicing his nape, it just doesn't correlate.
Well, the first scene it doesn't, and then after he pulls him out and then it backs away, then it looks like Aaron's an ant size. Right. Like, it's got two different complete.
Just funny. It's a cool scene, but it also made me think, because I didn't know, even once I saw Aaron had made a shell of himself, I was still like, okay, well, now how does he finish it off? And was surprised to see that he just got out of Titan form himself. Which is another thing that I'm just now thinking about. We really haven't seen Aaron exit his Titan without being pulled out of it. So that must be another thing that he worked on, we've seen Zeke do it before, where he just kind of gets out of his Titan.
We've seen Ymir. She halfway did it.
She did it. So I guess that's something that's been working on. But season 4, possible prediction. How cool would it be if we got some, what are they called? People that make weapons. What are they called? I'm losing.
Smiths, gunsmiths.
Nope, that's not right. Oh my God.
People that make weapons.
Blacksmiths.
Blacksmiths? No,
that
that's
right?
a lock. Isn't that locks?
Nope, that's a locksmith. What if they made Aaron's Titan a huge sword? He could wield it. Like, why would it? Can you
that'd be
imagine
so cool.
if he was just like a megazord and he just had a sword,
Megazord,
and
yeah.
was running around with a sword?
And they actually called it a mega sword too.
Well, Power Rangers, Japanese. I just think that'd be really cool. Probably not going to happen, but I'm hoping for it.
All right, let's get to my favorite part. Well,
Okay.
my least favorite part of this episode. This is where I break down into tears, into a ball, and had my imaginary girlfriend comfort me during this. So, after he gets him out, they all go down. Bert's huge ass Titan. I thought that was really cool how it showed him just slowly disintegrating, pretty much.
Right.
And they get on top of a house, and Aaron's dragging an unconscious Bert, and he's just thinking to himself, I should have known. Like, he knew that was Armin's first lie to him.
Yeah.
And it shows the flashback of Armin as a little kid, and he asks Armin if he's fine with losing forever, and Armin's like, I don't lose because I don't run.
Couple takes here. So it turns out Armin has been rocking this ridiculous haircut since day one. I guess don't fix what's not broken. And if Aaron is so brave, I was hung up on this fact. Why is he peeking one eye around the corner of an alley talking to Armin?
It's just typical Aaron.
He's like, hey, I'm pretty brave. You're not. Why are you okay with losing all the time?
Typical Aaron, man. But then it shows a charred up Armin. Dude, I lost it right here, man. This is where tears started flowing the first time.
Completely unrecognizable, just...
And then Aaron says, you're more of a hero than anyone else. And then that made me lose it even more,
Oh,
dude.
beautiful line.
God, beautiful. Beautiful ending.
Beautiful, beautiful line. And so that was the end of the episode.
That's the end of the episode.
I had a couple takes I didn't get to. How about
Let's go back to
Mikasa? I believe this was the first time Mikasa stopped, accepted the fact that she had to let Aaron deal with it
Yes.
on her own, and did her own thing.
You're right, yeah.
How about that? She, there was kind of a moment, and Armin was like, me and Aaron are doing this, and Mikasa was like, okay, do it. And she went and dealt with Reiner as they dealt with Bert. Just would have been wrong if we hadn't mentioned that.
Do you have another take? You said you had a couple?
No, I guess that was actually it. Just wanted to mention that. But what an episode. And this is where season 4 is going to be so much fun, because season 3, I would have liked to finish this episode and spent some time thinking about it and what was going to happen from here, because it would have been pretty obvious. Well, I guess at this point, yeah, I don't know. It would have been interesting to talk about this episode, but instead we were watching it together and we were like, all right, next episode. Whereas season 4, we're not going to get that luxury. We're going to have to think about every little thing that we get left with.
Which is good. And it's going to be fresh, too. Because, me watching it with you, I'd already seen this episode before, so I knew exactly what was going to happen.
Right.
It's going to be cool not knowing anything that's going to happen.
And this is the podcast for all the anime watchers to come and experience with us.
Yes.
And for all the manga readers who are excited for the anime to come, just laugh at us, because we're not going to know what's going to happen. And who knows, maybe they change up a little bit of stuff. I know that worries manga readers, because I've read books before and then shows have done stuff different and have disappointed me. Game of Thrones. But, we'll see what happens.
We'll see. And to me, this episode is peak. It may not be the episode. You may not think it is. You may think other episodes are. But I think it's peak Attack on Titan. Just from this, the start of this episode is Levi versus the Beast Titan. How banger of an episode is it? You forget all about that by the end of the episode. There's so much shit that happens.
Yep.
Just an awesome way to do it.
I agree. And this was another good episode. Can't wait to do the next one. Like we've been saying the whole time, season 4 is right upon us.
So you're telling me this didn't make you sad and you didn't tear
Oh,
up
it
a bit?
100% made me sad. I would definitely say, as he was just getting blasted and he was like, I can't hold on anymore, I was definitely sad. I don't remember tears starting to flow. I don't know why, because Armin's one of my top 3 characters, honestly. But stay tuned, because the tears for Ronny do come here soon.
Yeah, I knew Ronny wasn't so much of a hard ass like he portrays himself.
No. I'll tear up. I'm not afraid to say it.
Good. Dude, I fucking bawled my eyes out, man.
You didn't bawl your eyes out.
No, I mean,
Just if you be real. If you had a tear fall down your face, that's one thing. That's not bawling your eyes out.
I cried more in this than I did in JoJo's when Caesar
And
died.
that's when he's going to start trying to cling on to JoJo's references, even though no one's validated the fact that he watches JoJo's in a single email and a single YouTube comment. Speaking of YouTube, I keep it real. I'm here on my knees before all of you, apologizing.
Ronny keeps it real.
We've had some very, very kind YouTube people. They're not with YouTube. They've just commented.
Yep, they work for YouTube.
And have said, hey, we're out here, we're listening. And for that, I want to give them a shout out. And for that, I will...
Well, tell them what's up, Ronny.
We got, Wimpish Tuna 92, Basic Cable TV, all very nice people. Rory, just thank you all for listening on YouTube.
Tell them why you haven't updated the vids, though. Tell them what's going on.
Well, long story short, it just takes more time to do the YouTube videos. They have to, export and download and all this stuff, and then I ran into an issue with the video converter that I use, so it's a big long mess. I'll get it fixed eventually, and I'm gonna start trying to churn those out, because they are pretty behind where the podcast releases, because I didn't think anyone was listening on YouTube, but they are, and I'll get you guys hooked up.
For telling you.
Yeah, thank you for sometimes you're right, Chad. This is one of those times. So subscribe on YouTube. We've been talking about this too long. Send your Season 4 feedback to thepodcastchronicles@gmail.com.
Follow us on Spotify.
And we'll talk with you next time. Peace.
Give us a review.
Say peace. Stop whoring yourself for clicks and
Love you
downloads.
guys. Peace.